Combine tracker. There you go.
What is good, everybody, and welcome in. It's your boy Big Reg and my co-host, Mr. J the Six. We in the building. It's been a good minute, but we got some combine talk for you today with a couple guys we've kept our eyes on throughout the day, and a couple guys we'd like to see on our respective teams. As you can see, he's Mr. Panther Killer over there. You know what I'm saying? That's fresh background, by the way. Fresh to death.
Appreciate it, man. Been playing with AI, generator to see what I can come up with. Trying to teach myself how to also out of Photoshop, and then just trying to learn a lot of stuff this year. Trying to improve in not only Twitch but YouTube videos. Doing lives with you and B Squared whenever he does want to pop in. But not only y'all, but I want to be involved with other people as well. I feel like I owe y'all that because about just being consistent for like 2 years, and I feel like this year I need to bring my creativity to life wherever it is. However people perceive it, I just need to get it out there.
Yeah, absolutely. And I'm another one, man. I've been trying to, I put out a few videos recently, or did a couple quick lives. You were there, you seen them. Um, just trying to get back into the flow of the game, get some content out there at some point or another. It's tough with our schedules, with the kids and everything and work, but we figure it out. We keep rolling. We do what we got to do. Now today we had the NFL Combine start day one, and it started with the defensive line and the linebackers. Now I think we can both agree this linebacker class is rather weak, but I still had a few guys I had my eyes on. We'll talk about them last because there's not much to talk about. But let's start with your interior D line guys, those D tackles. And I know you had quite the list, and I have quite the list myself. Actually, that's where I'm the deepest at is with the D line, the D tackles, as far as defense. Until we get to the defensive backs on your list, on who stuck out the most today.
Not really like somebody who really stuck out the most, but like just guys that I personally like started with Derek Harmon, coming in and all right, hey, can you go out there real quick? Go ahead, real quick. All right. Okay. But yeah, Derek Harmon, man. But it came in at 6'4" and a half, 6'4" and a half, 313 pounds, and he ran a 4.9, 4.9, 5, something like
4.95. 4.95, I think was his fastest time.
Man, that's a big man. That's an interior doing that. So that some explosive.
That's the interior D lineman running a 4.95. That's explosiveness to say the least.
Right.
That man's he showed up.
Man.
I think yeah, and for him to have the amount of hype he had coming in, he had pressure on him to back it up, and I think he did just that. I'm agree with you there. He definitely showed up and showed out.
And also,
I love what he did. He had good bend, very good bend.
Mm-hmm. And also his hand size, which matter. I say it matters. When it comes to the interior, but size 10, size 10 hands, something like that. 3.8 was it 3.8? So,
yikes. yeah, he's gonna be tossing old linemen around. He's gonna be tossing. He's gonna grab him up. Linderbaum might end up one of them victims unless he ends up in Baltimore, which he doesn't really fit our interior plan, what we usually go for. But I would welcome him on our interior D line with because once I think we've had this conversation, I don't know, hundreds of times now. When Matabike is out there alone, like without TJ, without my boy Travis, he struggles mightily. So it's to a point where we do need an additional interior D lineman. And I wouldn't mind bringing a guy like this in that can also rush the passer, not just fill the gaps. You know what I mean? And salute
Definitely.
real quick to my boy Jared in the building.
Good, Mr.
You know what I'm
Derek.
saying? Thanks for the love. Yeah, you know Jared always slide through. We always check out his content. Southern Bowler Show every Sunday. Please check my boy out. They got the fire over there. So go ahead, sir.
Oh,
You were
definitely.
saying?
No. Just going down a lot of other prospects that I like seeing, like another popular names. Of course, I didn't expect too much from like guys like Walter Nolan and Mason Graham because everybody knows them are already. Of course, Mason Graham supposed to be let's just say top 10 pick. Walter Nolan working up the ranks, but guys that I've been paying attention to since I know the Panthers need a true nose tackle like Cam Jackson. Alfred Collins, I already mentioned Derek Harmon, and also Deion Walker. That's another big boy as well. As I'm looking up here, at the combine officially, 6'7", 331, size 10, 5'8" hands. Oh, did he run the 40? No, he didn't. But 25 vertical jump, 88 broad jump. What the? Why is he doing that at that size?
Listen, he's a freaking. I think he was also the one that bust out the backflip when the guys were.
I missed that.
I think it was him. I might have that wrong. I thought I saw him.
He's doing that at 6'7" though.
It might have been him. I could be wrong, but somebody busted out a backflip. I thought it was him from when I only caught a glimpse of it from the side of the screen, so I'm not really sure. But
man,
it's one of those things, man. A lot of these guys are just freaks of nature. I mean, look at the Georgia Tech defensive tackle, Zeke Biggers. He ran a 5.09. That dude's what, 330 pounds? 6'5", 330?
It ain't fair, bro.
Running a 509. You know, he's one of those guys that you look at. You're not even going to look at him to run like that. He's really a gap filler. But what he did for that Georgia Tech D line, I mean, and then running that, and he showed pretty good bend. He did slip on one of the drills. A lot of guys were slipping on the drills today, so you know that's not just a him thing. But I mean, that dude showed some skill for a big man. He can move, and that's scary to see at that size.
Oh, definitely. It's definitely gonna be scary for any unprepared interior offensive linemen and running backs that got to pick up the slack, getting ran over, and the quarterback got run for their lives.
Oh, absolutely. Another guy I had that was rather. I didn't really see the explosiveness, but Ty Robinson, out of Nebraska, he's very aggressive, right? Fast. He's got good bend, but he's stiff. He's stiff in the hips. So he seems like to me one of those guys that if the O lineman gets a good grip on him, he might be done for because of that stiffness. And he can bend, but not good enough to get around the lineman like that. But he is quick. So he seems like the type of guy, if you get him coming off of, say, like a wide 9 position, where he's got that wide start against the tackle has to rush back to try to get him. I think he can beat a lot of guys that way. And he's got a good power behind his hand slap. So when he comes around off that sharp edge and he swats them hands down, he's going to get to some quarterbacks. But again, I think he needs to get a little looser in the hips. But he had a good combine. So he's going to climb up a couple people's rank for sure. I think he actually ran, if I'm not mistaken, he ran the fastest time for the big men too. But D tackles at 4.83. So I mean, these guys were out here. They were moving, man. They were moving. 4.83 is nothing to joke with. At what, 295 pounds, 288 pounds, whatever it was. Yeah,
that's
that's nothing to, you know. He's gonna fit. I think he moves to. He's in a 4-3 defense. You put him in, or you again put him out at that wide 9 as a DN. But it'll be interesting to see what they do with him. You had anybody specific that you felt definitely improved their draft spot?
I want to say, and I might be biased, but Cam Jackson. Looking at
Cam
his numbers
Jackson.
right now, yeah, like saying another big boy, 6'6", 328. Smaller hands, but 34 inch arms. He ran a 5.17. Had a good yard split, at that size, on what 1.81. Vertical jump 24.5 and a broad jump. But for me, I'm not really worried about that. But the 10-yard split is what impressed me at that size.
Yes,
Like you said,
yes, no, absolutely.
At that side, being obviously he's going to be in the inside. I mean, hopefully, yeah, he's definitely going to be on the inside at 6'6". And like I said, like a gap filler,
he's going to be your nose tackle.
Yeah, tackle gap filler. So I don't really expect him to really do much, but the fact that he can, athletically, kind of do it when he gets the opportunity. I think he, definitely with this, and I think he's going to perform at his pro day. But definitely improve his draft stock. I'll say like late second round. Definitely second round.
That's one of your guys you brought up, David Walker.
David Walker, okay.
Jared says that's one of his sleepers, and that dude performed. And here's the thing: it's a lot of guys out here that there's a few guys that didn't run the 40 that kind of showed up, and I was like, oh wow, he's better than I thought he was. But before I even get into that, I want to talk about Warren Brinson from Georgia.
I think I missed that name. Yeah, Warren Brinson.
6'5", 315. He looked very explosive for his size. Very explosive and had good bend.
Okay.
When I seen him in those drills, like the pass rush drill, the way he came around the corner for a guy his size, he was like tight to the corner. I said, "Oh my!" If he just continues to work, he's going to be a monster. 6'5", 315. Again, like I said, he looked explosive coming off the line. You watch. You got to go back and rewatch his workout. He ran. I think he ran,
nice.
I don't remember his split, but his 40, I believe, was like a 5.13 or something.
Yeah, I'm looking.
5.11.
I'm looking at it right now. Yeah, they got it. Only I guess the official got 5.09, so even better.
Oh, well, even better. 5.09. That dude was going all out.
Well, with the 9.7 broad jump, so that's definitely terrifying.
Yeah, and it's, you know what? It's them Georgia boys, and
look,
I'm willing to bet he ends up in Philly.
That's what I was about to say. I'm like, look, listen to me. Let me get closer to the mic. NFL GM, do not let him go to the Eagles. That's it for everybody. That's it for everybody. They already got Nolan Smith. They already got Carter. They already got Jordan Davis, big ass.
Yep. You cannot let him join the team. You let him join them. You let them keep them Georgia boys on that defense. We're going to have another year of talking about the Eagles defense being at the top of the league. And it's crazy because it is all draft picks, young guys whose contracts aren't up yet. So they're saving money. And then they do such a great job replacing them early so that when their contract does expire, they don't necessarily have to pay them and bring them back because they already got the replacement.
Right.
What Howie Roseman is doing out there in Philly is just, he's putting on a GM clinic.
Because I blame the other GM, man. Stop being lazy, bro. Stop being lazy.
You're right. And they letting them do it. They're letting them just walk all over them. They was like, yeah, you got that. You can have that. And he's like, gladly. You brought up Mason Graham earlier. They did say he had a left heel bruise, which was the reason why he didn't do any workouts today. But he did say his pro day he's going to work out. So I don't buy that either. I think it's just an excuse. He went through all the interview processes. I think it's just an excuse not to work out, whereas other guys are just like, no, I'm not doing it. I don't want to work out.
For Mason Graham, for me, he don't really need to. He's already getting the hype, so I understand that's a business move. Like, hey, man, let's not do any cause of concern. Let's do it on the field around people that you are comfortable with, and not around. Yeah. Let's not hurt your draft. Let's not hurt your top 10, status. No, for any reason, like you say, good kid on and off the field. We're all seen the tape. Now how just explosive he is. I think I was watching. They compared him to Brandon Fisk last year, so that's a great comparison because Brandon Fisk helped the Rams. That young D line with him and Jerry Burris actually. Seek havoc and get them into the playoffs. So definitely being compared to Brandon Fisk, well, that's great. That's great.
Another guy on the interior D line here that kind of, I want to say he surprised me because of where he played, but Joshua Farmer from Florida State. He should
for me. Florida State this year
on those drills. Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Florida State didn't look. Whenever I watched the Florida State, nothing really popped out at me. So when I watched him during this combine, it kind of shocked me a little because I wasn't expecting that level of performance from him. He ran a 5.12. Yeah, he showed good bend in the figure eight drill, and his reaction time on that first drill was amazing. Again, for another big guy. So I want to see. I don't see the explosiveness there with him. For me, like off the line, to me, it wasn't really there. But that could be because again, we were looking at a couple of freaks of nature out there. So, that could be it. But I don't know. We'll see with him. But I don't. Again, it's Florida State, so really, I don't expect much from him. No shot to. Sorry, Hendo. I know you out there somewhere, but yeah. I don't really expect much from FSU guys for the most part. Tyrion Ingram Dawkins. I don't know if you saw his workouts. He was another guy that I actually think he might have. I think he might have fell. He's another Georgia guy, and I think he's going to be a later round guy. He ran a good 40 time, which the 40 doesn't really matter, but he ran a 4.86. But he plays high, it seems like. Seeing all the drills, he seems like his shoulders were really high. So he plays with his pads high, which isn't necessarily a good thing. And he didn't look as explosive in the drills as he did in his 40 time. So his 40 time looked fast, but he doesn't seem like explosive fast. He seems like he builds that speed, which to me makes it useless.
I mean, for while I'm looking at the numbers wise, in a little bit of his tape right here. I mean, 276. I mean, at defensive tackle. I mean, more of a
That's
maybe
small tackle.
Maybe 3-4. Well, not the defensive end. Defensive end maybe, but defensive tackle. I don't know about that. I mean, athletically, he looks. Numbers look great, but as far as on the field, I hope he's definitely not gonna be a nose tackle. Hell no. Even that's like one of the interior, so like a 4-3. I think he needs to be on the end. I don't think he needs to be on the inside.
Yeah, I agree. He's going to be a guy that has to be on the edge, and that's where I think that lack of explosiveness off the line is going to hurt him, though.
Yeah.
Unless he does a good job of, weight transfer and really turning that speed, that long range speed into power, then it's going to be tough sledding for him. The Ohio State guys, they showed out as well. Ohio State guys, Ty Hamilton looked like he was a monster. Ty Hamilton looked as if he was a monster. He didn't run the 40, so he's one of the ones I was talking about that didn't run the 40, but he didn't need to with the way he put on a clinic in the drills. Him and Tyleik Williams, those dudes put on a clinic in the drills and didn't run the 40. I think they both increased their draft stock. They look really good, but again, they look like they kind of match what they do on tape. You know what I'm saying? You want to see certain guys go out there and show explosiveness, and they showed it. Another guy that showed up to me that I wasn't expecting was Jared Harrison Hunt. From SMU. That dude was not on my radar. Any way, shape, or form. and he showed up and showed out. Ran a 4.87, very explosive, quick feet, and great change of direction. Oh my, this kid had great change of direction. But again, I wasn't expecting an SMU player to pop out to me in this combine, but he did. So I want to see. I'm going to follow him through the rest of the draft process and see where he ends up. And I want to follow his career, see how good he does. Is there any other interior guys you would like to talk about?
I mean, I think people. I don't think he really did anything at the draft, but just a name. Next to Mason Graham in that Michigan defense that underwhelmed this season, but you kind of expect that because like they had a lot of NFL talent that went the year before. So, but Kenneth Grant, again, nose tackle. Like I've been looking at a lot of nose tackle because I'm hoping and praying that the Panthers pick at least one, maybe two. But yeah, Kenneth Grant, another big boy. I don't think. Yeah, I think he's going to perform at the pro day. I don't really think he did anything at the combine, but measurements wise, 331, 6'4", and it's like size 10 hands. But for what I've seen with the eye test, is watching Michigan a little bit this year before the game got out of hand. I'm gonna go on the rope here. He's as every bit as talented as Mason Graham. But the fact that Mason Graham gets all the the highlight plays, but he does all the dirty work. Plays a factor in that. But yeah, Mason Graham, like kind of how most Panthers fans would get this, like Star Lotulelei and KK Short those years ago. Star Lotulelei didn't really get talked about enough, but K'Wan Short got to the quarterback, got the sacks, but Star Lotulelei was taken out on the double team. That's what Kenneth Grant did for Mason Graham.
Mm-hmm.
I'm gonna do all dirty work and let you shine. But then again, at the same time, there were some days where he could do the same thing. They get to get through double teams and still get through the quarterback. So that's my take, though. It may be craziness on some. I see all what they say in the chat or in Discord, Skip Bayless stuff, but that's my take, and I think he's gonna be like one of those, like on one of those round 2, round 3 guys who what did Eric DeCosta say about Travis Jones? Plays like a first round talent.
Yeah. So I compare that to the same situation with Aiden Hutchinson and David Ojabo, right? Everybody thought, Ojabo's, he's talented. He's this, he's that. When it really looks like he fed off of what Aiden Hutchinson did. Aiden beat the double teams, and he was there to clean up whatever mess was left behind. You know what I mean? So I think I think it's just one of those things where he didn't get his name wasn't talked about. But if you can do better than Ojabo and actually show up and show out, then you'll be good. Jared, appreciation. Yes, y'all hit the like button. It's much appreciated. We love you. Jared wants to know what's going on with Derrick Brown.
Derrick Brown on the Panthers, recovering from injury. Like I said, he was first game, got hurt for out for the year. Kind of one of the key reasons why our defense struggled. Not all on him. He can't fix everything, but he would have definitely made some games a hell of a difference. But he's recovering, and I was watching an interview with our coach Dave Canales, and he says that Derrick Brown somehow looks stronger. Feels better. So watch out. Offensive tackles, interior, running backs, and if you're a tight end trying to block them, good night. But if Derrick Brown is playing stronger than he already was, he was already a freak athlete coming out of Auburn, and I think he holds the record for most tackles by defensive tackle in NFL history. So that's saying something. But with him getting like a year of rest, recovering, us about to draft a true nose tackle because let's face it, no shade to him, but shot total just really couldn't hold the point of attack. I've seen that. throughout the year, and then Ashawn Robinson. There's nothing to sleep at. Like he said he joined Panther because he knew that the double teams that Derrick Brown's going to create was going to help him in his game. So I definitely believe like our front line is going to be solidified once we scout, select whomever, and then also get some outside linebackers. But yeah, Derrick Brown is definitely looking good in recovery.
You guys have had done a great job rebuilding that team. It's basically from the ground up. Like it's
can't get any worse.
Definitely coming together.
Like Bryce rookie season, you really can't get any worse.
Jared says if we draft David Walker or the kid from Texas A&M, you can say bye-bye to David Ojabo. And
which kid
I'm gonna be honest with you.
Which kid from Texas A&M?
Which one from Texas A&M?
But you talking about Shamar Stewart or Nick Scorza?
Definitely Shamar Stewart. In my eyes, that dude went off. But I think you draft any of these edges, you're probably saying bye to Ojabo.
Stewart? Okay.
Yeah, he says Stewart. Yeah, he says Stewart.
Like, I did a video on it. Well, my first comeback video. I know, probably kind of crappy. But it's like the college production, the lack of college production scares me. But all the intangibles, he has it. Just that college production. Yeah. I wouldn't bet on it with the first round pick. Second or third, I'm all in. But first round, I wouldn't do it.
I agree 100%.
I just can't do it.
I agree 100%. He showed up. He had a good day. He ran a 4.6, and that's come on now. Myles Garrett ran a 4.64. So, so you run that 4.6 off that edge, you're a problem. And I think he'll be a good fit in Baltimore. Right. Like you said though, first round pick, I'll pass. Second, third, I'll bring him on in. But I'll say that for pretty much everybody I was watching on the edge. I only really had my eye on 3 guys that I really, really was like, okay, I need to see what this guy does. And one of them was Kyle Kennard. And boy, did he show up. He's got a nice change of direction.
That's my boy.
Good hips. The man ran a 4.73. So he's got the good speed off the edge. He was explosive. I liked what I see from Kyle Kennard, and I think it matches what he puts on tape. That boy can play. That boy can play. And the last one was
I see that James
Pierce-Jones,
not Georgia, South Carolina.
JPJ.
Okay.
JPJ. What do you run? 4.47. Great hips.
No, 4.5, I think.
Great change of direction. No, it's 4.47. 4.47 was his official time.
4.47. Okay, my bad. All right.
That boy,
even better. He put on
the clinic. He put on the clinic. And that figure eight, here's what I loved about it. When he's doing the figure eight drill, go back and watch. The man stayed low through the whole drill. Through the entire drill while maintaining his speed. Beautiful, effortless, smooth. Whoever gets him is getting a freak on the edge. I just got to go back and watch the tape and see if his pass rush moves match the physical ability that he can bring to the game. Because what you don't want is a guy like Owe who ran a 4, what did Owe run? A 4.3, 7, 4, 4, 2, whatever it was. You don't want a guy like that that's got great speed, stuff like that. Owe had decent bend when he came out. He couldn't get real low, though. His bend was kind of atrocious. His hips were atrocious when he came out. But you don't want somebody to run that fast and then not be able to use it. So I'm going to go back and watch more tape on him, watch a few games, and see if he pops off the screen like he did today. Let's see. Fears in here. What up, Fears? Was good. He said the Aggie Cats is firing. He said the kid from Arkansas. Which kid from Arkansas?
Landon Jackson, my boy.
Oh yeah, Landon Jackson. Yeah. Big dog Landon. Yeah, he showed up too.
Seriously, big.
And I did not write down his measurables because I already knew about Landon Jackson. we knew he was a monster.
Yeah,
At least me and
I
you
read him
did.
out.
Me and you've been watching him
Yeah,
all season. So
I read him out. Look, 6'6", size 10 hands, 264, ran a 4.68, 40 and a half vertical jump and a 10.9 broad jump. He's gonna get. He's gonna kill somebody on Sunday.
That 40 and a half vertical is crazy work. Crazy work.
Now, even I was surprised about that. Even
too.
I was surprised about that. I knew he was explosive, like off the edge, but the vertically, of course, you ain't gonna really see edge players really get vertical that much in the NFL. But I was just surprised.
No, but you know what that lends to though? When you have that type of explosion just purely in your legs, that means you could fire up under them tackles and lift them right up off their feet and push them back. Yeah, like it's gonna be over for a lot of tackles in the league.
But I think for him, I think he's my favorite, but I think he's gonna, even with his combine performance and obviously the tape, he had like low numbers this year because he was getting doubled. Like from my experience with my own eyes, he was getting doubled, triple team. I want to say he's really gonna sneak. He's gonna be like sneak into the first round. I'm willing to bet on that.
I don't see why not. I mean, with the price they're putting on edge rushers now in the league, they're probably looked at as what the third most important position behind quarterback and tackle.
Fair enough.
Right? I'd say left tackle is probably a bit more important only because of what the edge rushers are doing, right?
Mm-hmm.
So he's definitely, I think that's definitely going to pull him up possibly into the back end of that first round, if not higher. I mean, you come out, you put on the show like he did. I believe he ran a 4.6, right? You come out and have the performance he had. It's like he looked great in every drill. It's for sure gonna raise his stock, and you know how much they love that in the combine with the draft and your position. He's gonna climb. There ain't no ifs, ands, or buts about it. And so here's the thing. I would love him in Baltimore too, but I didn't. So I came into this looking at, as you've seen my list, a majority of interior guys because Baltimore does a good job of manufacturing sacks with what we have already, right? Not saying we got what we got is good enough. It'll be great to have that guy that can go out there and, just they'd be like, oh, we got to look out for him every play. But unless we could get it in the second or third round, I don't think we should draft edge in the first round. And I don't see it as big a need as offensive line, whether it be interior or tackle, or even to this point, if they're not going to bring back any DBs, if they're not bringing back Ardarius to play safety, then yes, safety is more important at this point. I'd even take a running back in the first round. If a lot of people were saying Ashton Jeanty may fall, if Ashton Jeanty starts to fall, and you see him at about say 15. Make the call, trade picks, move up, and go get him. Like, I know we got Derrick Henry, but he's getting up there, right? He's going to be another year older, and it will be amazing to have a guy like Ashton Jeanty behind him to fall back on. To go with Keaton Mitchell, you know what I mean? Justice Hill. That'll be a stacked running back room. That'll be hard to deal with. And if Harbaugh wants to continue to be run first, that's the room you want to do it with. That's just me. Let's see. Says, hey fellas, what if we go first round tackle and second round guard and the others DB edge? I'd be fine with that too. That actually would make me the happiest because I feel like Baltimore needs to rebuild that O-line. But whether we do that is going to be based off of, do we re-sign or do we franchise tag Ronnie Stanley? The Chiefs just franchise tag Trey Smith, so he's not hitting free agency, right? They were smart enough to franchise tag him. Now he's going to be the highest paid guard in the league. So they franchise tag him. They're going to look to bring him back. And they want to work on a long-term deal, apparently, they said. So He's not hitting free agency. So the options are very thin. So in my eyes, if you're Baltimore, you re-sign Ronnie. You hope you could get a hometown discount, which you probably can't, because he's already taking less money to be there. So you try your best to re-sign Ronnie. If not, I don't know if you want to franchise tag him. It's going to be a lot of money, guaranteed for the year. But that's going to determine what we do in the first round of the draft. Yeah, no, I agree because so a late round running back works for me too. I think honestly, this might be, especially over the last few years, this might be the deepest running back draft we've had in quite some time. And I can't wait to see those guys go because I want to see what numbers my boy from Auburn puts up. Oh God, his name slips me now. I love the kid too. I watched him play all year, and I'm just like, oh, why couldn't he be anywhere but Auburn?
Wait, Hunter?
Yes, Jarquez Hunter.
Okay. Yeah.
Jarquez Hunter, yes. That's my guy. That kid is explosive out the backfield. He can catch the ball out the backfield. He can run it. And he's got a power game to go with it too. So he's your every down back that can come out and do it all. And I'd love to have that kid in the later rounds. This running back class is just stacked.
Ridiculous.
I mean, absolutely stacked. Yeah. So it's gonna be, you could get a running back. You could legit. This is one of those drafts you can legit get a starting running back almost any round. Yeah, see, even Jared agrees. Jarquez Hunter is a dog. Yeah, yes, and just to stay on topic of them Auburn Tigers, Eugene Asante. Listen, whoo-hoo! My boy put up a 4.48 in the 40. His change of direction is off the chain. You want a man hunt in the middle? That's your dude you want hunt in the middle. That's my guy. That's my guy. And again, I know we said the linebacker draft isn't very deep. And I've only got 3 guys here that I was really watching. It was Auburn's Eugene Asante, Demetrius Knight Jr. from South Carolina, and then Ben Martin Scott from South Carolina as well. And I did that for a reason. Because Auburn, good defense. They struggled a lot this year. Auburn struggled a lot because they couldn't really get to the quarterback. But that's why I like the linebacker. You see, I don't like any of their interior guys or their edge guys. He was the one guy that I would watch. I'm watching him fly sideline to sideline every game. So, and then obviously we know that South Carolina defense at every level was just scary. Them boys at every level, freaks of nature.
I've been speaking the gospel on that all year, man. All year. It just like even scroll up in the Discord, you see me like the only reason why South Carolina can't progress or get any further is because of sellers. Let me keep it professional. But he got better in the second half of the season. But that first half,
he was selling.
Man, living up to his last name.
He was selling. Sellers was selling.
Omar Hampton, Jared. I've been following, North Carolina, UNC. Yeah, they struggled this year with Mac Johnson struggling. No, he's not struggling. He got hurt from the first game. But they still have some talent. But yeah, Omar Hampton is the truth. Like a bigger back, got some pop to him. Yeah, him and one of my favorites is Rocket Sanders. No, another part of that South Carolina offense. No, he's being he's 6'2", but he has that takeaway. He has that rare takeaway speed. He can take it to the house.
Yeah. You get him, and it reminds me. No, I'm not comparing him to him, but it reminds me of Derrick Henry when he gets in the open field. He just takes off. You're surprised at how fast he can move at that size. Is what I mean. So, like, when you see Derrick Henry in the open field, you see that size, you see him start moving like that, you're like, oh, he's faster than I thought. That's what he reminds me of when it comes to that. Not comparing him to him as a running back, because there's only one Derrick Henry.
Right.
But that as far as shock factor, absolutely. Shook just popped in. What up, Shook?
What's good, Shook?
there's my Fortnite duo.
Right, man. Yeah, shout out to
Hey,
him.
man.
No, oh yeah, sure. I will be uploading that clip that we got from Saturday, and I still gotta do that. Make that like either a video or a short. But yeah, definitely been playing a lot more Fortnite. Just definitely been doing a lot more stuff lately. Like just trying to get my name out there. Whether I do that or not. I just want to try. But yeah, they got him going to the Chargers. Omar Hampton going to the Chargers. Ooh. Omar Hampton going to the Chargers. That would be nasty.
Hey, listen, the Chargers got a couple guys that they're eyeballing. That's really on their list. And some people even got this one shocked me. They are pegging DeAndre Hopkins to go to the Chargers this offseason. So, because he's a free agent, he was only on a 1-year deal. So, I don't know how I feel about that. I'm not gonna say I want him in Baltimore because I don't. I think he's a little bit on the wash side of things. Maybe it could have just been the Chiefs offense, but at the same time, if you can't work in the Chiefs offense, you're definitely not gonna work in ours. That's just, unfortunately, that's just how it is. That's just how it is. Hey, Shug, man, I gotta get you on the show again. We gotta I get you on the show. I come on your show. Whatever we do, I still gotta finish. Actually, no, I just finished Cobra Kai just the other day. I just finished it. So, whenever you're ready to do that show and you talking about it, I'd love to get on there and talk about it with you. Just let me know ahead of time when you're doing it so I can try to clear my schedule. I gotta have you up here because, you're one of the Jay. It's quite a few of you guys, but you guys are Marvel connoisseurs, and I do got the question of do we think Marvel is overrated? And is DC about to make a big comeback? So
that for me, that remains to be seen because I've been hearing good reviews about was it the new Captain America movie? I've been hearing good reviews. Definitely gonna watch it, and I hope DC under the watch of James Gunn makes a comeback because like all this time, Marvel been doing their thing, and DC been really just playing, not really taking it serious. But they have the roster. We all know they have the roster.
No, absolutely.
Like as I'm staring in my room right now, I have a somewhat of a what would I call this, a poster, but whatever that thing is, it has like a lot of DC, villains, superheroes. Of course, the Joker. Of course, Catwoman, Darkseid, Sinestro. I'm saying you can go on and on with Mr. Freeze. Like
yes,
you can go on. They have the Solomon Grundy. You have it. You have the names. It just takes. I hope James Gunn does by them justice, brings them to light. Because I would love to see a Solomon Grundy movie. I would love to see.
Absolutely.
You know what I'm saying? As they try to redo Green Lantern, hopefully Ryan Reynolds is nowhere near that movie again. We all know what happened.
So that's why I asked the question though. That's why I asked the question of and you'll get further into this another time, but that's why it brings up to me. It dawned on me. I was watching Thor. I was watching one of the Thor movies, and I was like, "This is terrible." And and it kind of dawned on me that maybe Marvel got the praise it got because there was no DC to go against it.
All right.
So that's just something I'm gonna ask you. I want you fellas to go back and watch a couple of the early Marvel movies, and I'm gonna do it myself too, and really bring to the table what you feel were top movies from them early movies. I mean, because for me, it was probably the biggest one was obviously the first Avengers movie, but aside from that. The rest were kind of like the Hulk movies were
I mean, I like the
Iron Man movies.
I like Ragnarok.
I guess
I mean, for me, it felt like it was the Hulk that we all wanted. Like before he started being smart and talking, like that raw power. You know, what I'm saying, let me just try to kill you with brute force, as much as possible.
Welcome in, Gabriel. I don't think I've seen you in here before.
Welcome in, welcome in.
If
Thank
not, please like, share, subscribe. You know what I'm saying? Come join the boys, have a talk with us. We've been talking NFL Combine day 1. I don't know if I'm not going to guarantee I could get you up here again for day 2 or day 3. I don't know what our schedules is looking like. Matter of fact, tomorrow's your boy's birthday. Okay, so I don't know if I'm gonna stream on my birthday. You know, I'm not sure. Maybe a little birthday stream. We'll see. We'll see.
Well, that depends on you. That depends on you.
What
the wife and kids, no
we'll
plans are. But that depends on
We'll see what happens. It might be maybe I swing a little birthday stream tomorrow. But we've gotten deep into this draft, and there's a lot of names that I like, man.
Definitely.
Yeah, you might get there might be you might get a surprise text. Hey, y'all hopping on. You might get a surprise text. But I want to see again, a part of it is I want to see if I catch how much of the combine I could catch tomorrow. I think who's going tomorrow is QBs and receivers. Thank you, sir. Thank you, sir. Much appreciated. I think it's the QBs and receivers tomorrow. If that's the case, and running backs, right? QBs, receivers, running backs.
Yeah, I got to double check on that.
QBs, receivers, tight ends. I don't remember what it was, but the list I checked earlier, which came out from NFL Network, was wrong. NFL Network put out a schedule, and I looked at it, and it told me today was tight ends and DBs. So that was wrong.
Yeah, I'm looking on their website now. It said DBs and tight ends, which is a weird grouping combination. But yeah, DBs and tight ends tomorrow.
DBs, tight ends tomorrow.
It's interesting because which is great because said Panthers need about 1 or 2 more cornerbacks back there, or if they do resign Michael Jackson.
According to John Harbaugh, the Ravens will be looking at tight ends. He goes, his exact words were, "Yeah, we'll be looking at, he's like, we'll be looking at." He named a bunch of positions, tight ends. He's like, although we have a great tight end room already, like he threw that in there after the fact. I think Mark Andrews, the writing is on the wall for that man. I don't. I don't think he'll be in Baltimore much longer. So I think you can kiss him goodbye, whether it be trade or they just part ways with him. I think EDC, he kind of gave like a farewell big up speech for Mark Andrews as well. And then he did mention today, talking about the draft, he was saying, I think we have 11 picks. He knows we have 11 picks, all right? And they asked him about the nickname "Every Dollar Counts," and he goes, I think it should be "Every Draft Counts," because we never have any money. So he's like, we never have any money, so we have to take every one of these picks. And he's like, I think we have 11 this year. We have to take every one and make it count for our future and to continue to build this team.
I strongly dislike that segment that they did. I'm looking like, what horse manure is he gonna say right now?
Yeah, yeah. I said the same thing. I wanted to hear what BS was gonna come out of his mouth. 11 picks, you're guaranteed he's gonna draft a kicker, and it bothers me to my core. I don't want to draft a kicker. Justin Tucker is regarded as one of the greatest kickers of all time, and he went undrafted. So why exactly do we have to draft a kicker? Same thing with our punter. Like I don't see why we drafted a punter. We could have plucked a punter, especially with the way he's been performing. He wasn't worth the 4th round draft pick, so we could have plucked a punter undrafted. You know what I mean? So those are issues that. It kind of is what it is, I guess. But again, that's another one that showed out today. Elijah Simmons. That boy put on the show today too. He's just on my screen. So Elijah Simmons put on the show today too. But
I was about to say tight ends for them.
Go ahead.
No, so as far as the tight end group tomorrow, I know the Panthers are. I think they, if I read one of the beat writers right, they're gonna let Tommy Trimble, test free agency. Of course, we just drafted Jatavion Sanders, decent, rookie season. Definitely has some stuff to work on, but I don't think we're gonna resign Ian Thomas. But but yeah, definitely we're gonna be definitely looking at the tight ends. And with this tight end class, I think it's pretty deep. Somewhat with some of the names, of course. The favorite Tyler Warren, Coastal Loveland. Mason Taylor impressed me at the Senior Bowl, so that's a name to look out for. I want to say Coach talked about or somebody I saw talked about Elijah. I don't know, but Arojo, yeah, I don't know, but he did well. But of course, my personal favorite just because he's a tight end out of Iowa, Luke Lachey. Now he doesn't scream to have the athleticism, doesn't scream. Saying he's pretty much for me, he's an all-around tight end. He needs to work on his blocking, but he has the hands. He has to know some of the route running, but he can be one of those. I want to say he could be the next Iowa tight end great. Behind George Kittle, behind I don't know if y'all remember, but Dallas Clark, behind even Sam Laporta. I think he's next. I think Eric All was on his way to be before he tore his ACL again. I think he's gonna. Hopefully he doesn't. But the writing's on the wall where he tore his ACL before he came out of college. He still went to the fourth round, and then he tore. I think he tore his other ACL on the Bengals, and I don't think we're gonna see him in 2025. But he's another tight end out of Iowa that looks solid. He was looking like who's going to be next.
Yeah, he's got great speed.
As far as tight ends.
Or had great speed.
Yeah, but as far as tight ends, the Panthers definitely going to be looking at a lot of these guys.
Yeah, I'm interested in DBs and tight ends. Nick Emmanwori. Listen, I hope he runs.
I love tight. Y'all love DBs. Yeah.
I hope he runs. If he runs, oh my Lord, I want to see what time he gets. And it's really going to be the question of will he be faster or slower than Kyle Hamilton? Osmond is in the building. It's good.
It's good, Osmond. It's good. But tomorrow for me, just a preview. Of course, I mean, I'm not really worried about Travis Hunter, Will Johnson, yada yada yada. But for me, since I live in Texas, I watch Texas game. I try to watch Texas A&M a lot. I'm telling y'all, Jahdae Barron is going to perform better than initiated. You want to talk about freak of nature? You want to talk about on par with I want to say he's on par with the Brian what's his name, Brian Branch on the Lions, as well as old dude on the Chargers. I've got his name, but y'all know who I'm talking about.
Okay, yeah, I know who you're talking about. Okay, that's high praise. That's high praise.
Like me watching him Texas game, he was everywhere, bro. I'm looking at it right now. It says cornerback, but he played nickel. He played outside. He at some games he traveled, with the best man. And kind of didn't really do all too well against. He needed more help against what's that dude's name? Jeremiah Smith. When Texas played Ohio State. Jeremiah Smith. That's
that kid. He's got some years before he comes out. That boy's a monster. That boy's a monster.
But yeah, that man is everywhere, man.
No reason. It's gonna be a great showing. I want to look forward.
I hope so, man. I hope so.
What's gonna be important there is the 40s, not the 40s. Sorry, the verticals for the DBs, because you want to see that these guys can jump with these top-notch receivers. You want to see them jump with the T. Higgins. You want to see them jump with Jamar Chase, Justin Jefferson. You want to see that they can get up there and contest, because either that or they got to be able to hit hard. Because the biggest knock on, I think, what held back one of my favorite players, Darius Washington, is his size, because he's 5'9", right? He's 5'9". They go, who's this little guy? He's a safety, but they don't
I still
understand.
got.
He was an absolute ball hawk in TCU at safety, and I felt like he was better than Trevon Moehrig, but whatever. Moehrig got drafted early. Ardarius went undrafted, which blew my mind, but that allowed us to pick him up, so it made me happy. Took some years for him to be able to get on the field. They didn't want to put him on field because he was undrafted and undersized. But as you can see, when he got his shot, boy, he's laying like he's pause. I can't believe I'm about to say this. Pause. He's laying the wood. You know what I'm saying? He's laying the wood. You know what I mean? He's laying the wood. He's coming down. He's hitting people. Pause. It still sounds wild, but he's not. He doesn't play scared, and I love that. Right? He plays behind his pads. He goes after the ball. Like he's all over the field, and I don't think he got enough credit for what he was doing in Baltimore's defense last year. But now he's a free agent, right? You waited this long to discover his talent, and now he's a free agent. So you're going to have to pay him or let somebody else have him. If you're lucky, the other people look at him and go, well, he is 5'9". You get him back. But that's where I think a lot of people say, oh, well, what if we draft Nick Emori? It's like, okay, do you need 2 Kyle Hamiltons on your defense, though? But I get where it would be good. You can shut down that back end of the field pretty easily if you got both those guys. So we'll see what they do. I don't want to go safety in the first round, though, if I'm being honest with you.
I don't think y'all should. I don't think y'all should.
I might cry. And I love Nick because he played for South Carolina. And you know how much I love that South Carolina defense. Man, you were huge on that defense all year long. But to go safety in the first round would literally rip my heart out of my chest when I know we need to protect my quarterback.
All right. That's all I ask, man. Just get some interior. My bad. Let me rephrase to get some talented interior linemen to help Lamar and Derrick Henry.
Osmond, I couldn't have said it better myself. Now that he is fully developed, he is free to leave. That is EDC all the way. Now that we've turned you into greatness, you can go ahead and test free agency. See where you end up. That is exactly how it works in Baltimore. As soon as you get good, it's time to go. And I can't stand that it ends up that way. But you know what? It is what it is. And hopefully he finds his way back. Coach, what up? Coach 67. Hey, listen. That's another good show you gotta go check in. Tune in with my boy. He follows the Southern sports, and this man knows his stuff. Please check him out. Always great content. So, and I'm sure I'm actually positive between him and Jared, they got some guys in this draft that we should really probably be keeping an eye on. That we don't even
probably some
we're not even
right small school,
yeah. I guarantee they got some guys that we don't know about that we need to, and I'm gonna have to hit them both up on that because I need to know. Even though the Ravens would never draft them because the Ravens are a bunch of scaredy cats, all right? Ravens were even though they should because they took a shot at Ojabo and we see where that got him. We see where that got him. Ojabo's about to be a free agent. Ojabo about to be working at Stop and Shop or somewhere.
Stop it. Stop.
Ojabo about to be your favorite sheep herder. He's not even gonna be in the league no more soon. So we got that it is what it is. I didn't do it. He did it to himself. Actually, EDC did it to him by drafting him in the second round, putting all them expectations on him. If you get the guy later in the draft, right, it ends up like Voorhees, where there's not that much pressure on you. Although the Ravens fans tend to put pressure on the guys that's late round picks, right? Because everybody was like, when we were looking for a guard last year, they were like, oh, wait, we got Voorhees. When he comes back from that torn ACL, he's going to dominate.
The way Voorhees he's going to be like his cousin, Jason, only appearing on Friday the 13th.
He's going to be like cousin Jason. And he played, but I'll give him his credit. He played pretty well. He was in and out of the lineup. and but he played pretty well. But
that ain't enough. So keep on drafting till you figure it out.
Exactly. Problem is, EDC is not gonna. So we're not gonna sign free agents, big name free agents.
He's already
confirmed that. Yeah, he's not gonna sign any big name free agents. He's confirmed that already. Right. But I don't foresee him going after O-line in the draft. At least the guys we would go after, right? Because he did state, he's like, we put a very good O-line out there with what we had. We're going to look to put another very good O-line out there. So he kind of talks about the O-line as if it's like, hey, we'll get a bunch of pieces, we'll plug and play, and whatever works, we'll put out there. And that's exactly kind of how he spoke about it. So I think they have, especially John Harbaugh, has a lot of stake in Falele for some reason. And they really love him. And I think he's going to be back out there at guard again. And then it comes down to, I think Makari's a free agent. I'm not really sure. But, man. Shook. Chill. Oh man. Yeah, I was on Demon Time with that during the overtime show, by the way. I was on Demon Time with that. I don't know, Jay, did you see me on that on the overtime show? I can't bring it up. We're gonna talk about that too another day. We're gonna talk about that. We're gonna have to talk about that another day. I'll put that up there so y'all see what we talking about. But yeah, that was messed up. But I can't. So listen, just to touch on that, since he brought it up real quick. I know a lot of people feel like they was laughing at him, they was calling him names, they was calling him stupid, punk, orders. It is what it is. He was emotional, but oh god, now in the midst of it, hey man,
about to get in trouble.
Yeah. So for him to put that text out there, I lost train of thought. For him to put that text out there, that makes him look bad, right? It makes him look like he wasn't able to please his wife. Therefore, she went out the door and went somewhere else.
Them text messages were filthy, but like not filthy. It was just
filthy. No, wow. You said it the first time. They were filthy.
Wow.
He should not have put those out there. If he wanted to expose Steve, fine. You're emotional. Go ahead about your business. But for you to put those text messages out there, and make him look like he can't reach certain places that other people can reach.
My only thing is like I don't like to bring it to social media. That's the only move I didn't.
I agree.
Of course, he has every right to feel what he feels. But running to the social media like they gonna help you. That was just a soft move on my part. Like you already lost. You probably can't come back from this.
Yeah. No, you can't come back from this.
Yeah.
You can't come back from that.
Like I don't condone what Steve Smith did anyway. Just like the fact that how the other guy handled it. Like if you're gonna crash out. You know what I'm saying? On your we're paying on your ex-wife or Steve Smith. What you mean? First of all, I don't got enough money to even get near to California.
That's exactly it, right? Don't make any major decisions when you are under emotional stress, and that is 100% correct.
I agree.
Listen, if he calms down, you know what that outcome ends up? That ends up he calls Steve. He says, "Listen, I got this, and this. Cut me a check for $5 million, and I let it go. $5 million, and I let it go." Mm-hmm. And you're absolutely right. He told on himself because he, you know what I'm saying? He put that out there, and all you see is his wife was those messages. She was so thirsty. This man sent her a message. Steve sent her a message about the weather and a picture of him in a suit, and she's like, "Let me see it." What? Drop your drawers. That means he was not doing nothing right at home. And it's don't get me wrong, it's not. I'm laughing, and it's not really. It's not funny, but it's funny because you did it to yourself, dog. Like you could have kept.
Like nobody asked. Exactly. Nobody asked to see these text messages. Nobody asked for this. That's what I'm saying.
Nobody.
That goes back to what I said. Why'd you put it out there? Why'd you put it out there? Like why?
Yeah. Like you could have been like, even if you wanted to put something out there, listen. You go do a post. Steve Smith is having an affair with my wife. I have the proof. I'm not gonna put it out there like that. But you're a dirty bum. Or you put out something. You put out something that's not as X-rated, maybe if you could find it, because it sounded like she was diabolical. Because she was like, "Listen, I wanted to gargle that thing, but I had to go home to my husband." Like that. That's what she was on that, and she was on demon time, but she was on demon time, but she had to go home. She had to go home to her husband, and you know, it is what it is. It is what it is. We way off subject. Thank you, Suge. You did this, but that's and Steve is wrong. He's got a family. You know what I mean? He's got kids. He's wrong for what he did. The situation is wrong. But again, I'm not here to judge anybody. I'm just my whole thing is on he shouldn't have put it out to the public, at least not in that form, because he embarrassed himself. Because most people, because most of the world looked at it and said, "Oh, so you couldn't please your wife." She didn't leave because you was beating her or anything else. She left because you wasn't hitting the right spot. You know what I'm saying? And he just had home like, and I bet you he's reading back the messages and looking at the post and he like, damn. Now everybody know I'm coming up short. That's crazy.
That's what I'm saying, bro. Like, why tell you so, bro? Why tell you so? No, it reminds me of that you know what I'm saying? That is crazy work. But it reminds me of that segment that a Chad Ochocinco had with Stephen A. Smith when he talks about like when she hurt me. But she said, go deeper. I couldn't because I was all the way in. I'm just like, wow.
Yeah.
That's a different level of hurt.
Yeah, it is. That's pain. That's real pain. You said Steve probably. So here's the deal, though. Steve technically, unless Steve give him some money, Steve ain't doing no favors because the man paid for her to go to school. Like he put her through school. You know what I'm saying? He was supporting that family. That family was all on him. So he was paying. How long was she possibly out there cheating? Like other than Steve Smith, people that you don't know about. Because let's be real, you putting her through school, right? Y'all got kids. There's a chance that she was sliding out anyway. You just happened to find out about Steve.
Apparently, he was sliding out.
Oh, shoot.
I don't be doing nothing, Suge, though. I don't be doing nothing.
I'm going to put this out here, right? Jay is in tune with the ladies, all right? Because if y'all ever been in a Jay stream, his whole watch party is females, all right? And he ain't, I don't know what he did. I don't know how he set it up, right? For y'all trying to learn, I'm gonna make sure I'm gonna talk to him off camera. I think he's gonna start up a master class. You know what I'm saying? I'm gonna help him set up the pricing. I want like a managerial service, fee out of this. All female watchers, all right? Every last one. Jared says, I'm not calling no man about no woman unless the dude put his hands on my mother or sister. Other than that, we can't control these women box. Hey. You right. You right. But like what here's the thing for me. How insecure was he for him to come home and pick up his wife's phone and go through it while she was sleeping anyway? Right? Like cuz it was late, it was a late night call. So how insecure when he called Steve Smith that is. So how insecure were you to pick up the phone and go through it anyway? So what did she do to make you believe she was cheating for you to go, I'm gonna go through your phone? That means he was insecure. So either he knew he wasn't hitting it right and she was too happy, or they had a past instance where something happened. Because you don't just know. There has to be
both.
signs. Fears. Thanks to Suge, we ended up on the Steve Smith situation. Yeah, you got it real quick. He said, "Oh, I got it." Oh, Steve Smith, I got it. Yeah, coach, you're right. He knew something was going on, but how? Right? There had to be signs. There's and correct me if I'm wrong. I'll say this to the day I die. Right? Women cover up anything better than men. 1,000 times better. So for him to have signs or see something or some type of insecurity, he must have been in that thing one night and just fell in. Like he must have just fell in one night and was like, "I'm sorry, babe, I ain't got it tonight." Like he had a fell in, and then she was like, he was like, "I don't even feel the walls. Like, what is going on?" Like, I'm just saying. What brought up his curiosity to go,
Man.
let me see your phone. Let me get in your phone. Right? She had to do something to put him there for him to, because I'm assuming he walks in, or they together all day. Maybe they were sitting at home. She's in her phone texting Steve, snickering, giggling, hee hee ha ha. And he notices, and she thinks he didn't notice. As soon as she falls asleep, he grabs the phone. Let me see. Just saying. He was Hawkeye 100%.
Not Hawkeye.
You're right. Sometimes dudes don't pay attention, but some dudes like I pay. So I'll say this, and my woman to back this up. I 100% pay attention to what she does. Right. Because, and the reason I do it is because I feel like it's important to a relationship to know your partner and know when they're going through something. Okay. So if she doesn't feel well, I notice it without her telling me. And, I'll go, hey, you all right? You need this, you need that. So it's important to notice things. Now, you're right. Sometimes men don't pay attention. This dude, he had to be paying attention for him to say, let me go through your phone. Let me go through your phone. Let me see what I see. He was hoping not to see that though. Like it already hurt to know that she was cheating or having an affair. It hurt more to see how thirsty she was. You know what I'm saying? To see your woman, it's different when you see your woman text, oh, stop, he right here, I can't text, different things like that. You know what I mean? That's one thing to see that. It's like, oh, well, at least she had respect for the fact that I'm here. It's even different when you see your woman cheated, but then she regrets it. But to see your woman cheated and was begging for more is crazy. Crazy. Especially when you've been there for her financially. You put her through school, you taking care of the kids, you take care of the household. So you giving her everything she need, but that one little thing that you can't tickle is done kicked you to the curb because she found somebody else that can tickle it. You know what I'm saying?
Just like Preacher said, Brent, it's an evil world out here. It's an evil world.
Yeah, it's tough. It's tough. And to those, listen, and for Steve Smith, dog, you had no reason. You had 100% no reason. You got kids, you got a wife of your own, you got money, you got it all. You got what a lot of us men dream of having in life, right? You had no reason other than you can't handle temptation and you're on the road a lot. So you don't see your wife as much as you want to. And that's what it was for Steve. It was temptation. And then what women don't realize is when I don't know how his relationship is with his wife, but what women don't realize is when a man feels wanted like that and feels appreciated on that level and wanted on that level, man, that lights a fire under your ass, don't it? You like, oh, word? You want me
No
like
pun
that?
intended.
Like, you know, no pun intended at all. But it's one of those things that gets you, and you like, oh, you want me like that, huh? Well, you don't want to let me give it to you then.
You say you want to, you say you want to, you know what I'm saying? You want to, you know what I'm saying? Oh, we can do this. Oh, you'll let me do this? No, especially the first experience, especially when a man says, "Oh, you let me do this," it's over with. It's a wrap.
It's over with. It's over with.
It's a wrap.
It's over with. I'm hooked now. You let me do something nobody else will let me do. Especially, and then if it's a relationship, it's like you let me do something my wife will never let me do. A lot of these men can't. That's enough to overcome because they can't overcome temptation,
Sadly.
or they can't, or they don't feel as wanted at home as they do when they're away from home.
All right.
And maybe that's the situation for Steve. Maybe he didn't feel, you know what I'm saying? Maybe his wife, maybe Steve, for what we know, Steve's wife was walking around like, I'm going to bed. I ain't in the mood to do all that. You know what I mean? Maybe, and that sometimes that's not enough for a dude. You know, especially a guy that's an athlete, spent so much time on the road, and you getting it thrown at you left and right by all these women that are just like, hey, I don't want nothing else but the, you know what I'm saying? But the ground and pound. You know what I mean? She's a lot of these women, he on the road, a lot of these women is like, why don't you relax and let me play wide receiver? You know what I'm saying?
Man, so let me catch your Nah, I ain't gonna say that. But let me catch
You know what I'm saying? Osborne says Steve just exercises his options. Oh man. Nah, but as a married man, you're not supposed to have options. You know what I'm saying?
Nah.
Unless your wife agrees. Now, that could be another thing.
Whoa.
Well, her man was like, she doesn't ask me for this stuff. He was reading messages like, she ain't never want to gargle me. What's going on with this?
I'm telling you right now, even if the wife approves or whatever, like ain't like there's some like who's that one person that I can think of right now? Like for me, I believe in monogamy 100%. I can't really and honestly, like I've been offered to do threesomes. I turned them down every time because I don't think I spiritually, physically, I can't do it. Like it may look fun, it may look fun. It may look, oh man, that man got 2-3 women, whatever at one time. Yeah, but for me, I don't think I could do it. But I want like word of advice: if your wife says, "Hey man, let's open up the," or either one, your spouse, whoever says, "Let's open up the marriage," it's done. Like that shit dead.
Yeah,
bro.
no, I agree. I agree when it comes to that. So I've made my mistakes in the past, and I've had my I've had a threesome once or twice, but it's not something that was as a young single man. You know what I'm saying? I wasn't in a relationship when that happened, and so for me now being in a relationship, right, where I'm all in, like I've 100%. I don't see myself where I would want to do a threesome either. That's just not something I'd be interested in.
Right.
Because one, I don't want her to feel any type of way after. And two, I don't want to feel any type of way after. Right? I don't want to feel like, hey, you agreed to this, but now, you know, I kind of feel bad about it because I was just up in there smacking her IUD all over the place, and you know, just saying, if it'll eventually feel wrong to me, so I wouldn't do it. I'm not saying that was the mistake. So let me clear this up. That wasn't the mistake. I'm saying I've had mistakes where I've been dating people and cheated with other people when I probably shouldn't have when I was young, So, and that's just the wrong, and it's only a mistake in the sense of it's the wrong way to handle things. I'm not saying it was the wrong decision in the long run for myself or for the other person even, but it was the wrong way to handle things. So that was the mistake I was referring to. But threesome as a young single man was quite entertaining. All right, there was nothing wrong about that one. But I'm gonna shut my mouth before my wife kicked my ass.
I'm about to say, like, was it my man read extra all his birthday wishes before the day?
Oh, I was shut up for my wife kicked my ass.
Man, she look, man, like, hey, she would look, she be cutting her eyes at you like, hey, man, it's my birthday today. Yeah. My birthday today. You can't be mad.
Hey, you know what's gonna happen? I'm gonna go upstairs. I'm gonna open that damn bedroom door. She's gonna sit up like Undertaker.
RKO.
Out of nowhere. That's gonna be absolutely it for me. But listen, we've been on here over an hour.
We're gonna be wearing shades tomorrow on live. Like,
what's good, everybody? Eyes covered. Look, I'll be on this mug like this. What's good, y'all? Today's draft. today's draft. Today's combine workouts. But no, we've done a smooth over an hour. We were supposed to keep it short. We went a little longer, But I guess when it comes to that, we're more Steve Smith than her husband. Anyway, y'all, we thank y'all for coming through. Everybody that stopped by, we appreciate y'all. The show is trying to make a comeback. I'm trying to make a comeback. I do not have a permanent day set yet, but keep your eyes open because there will be pop-up streams. It's been a great night. Jay, you want to tell them about the stuff you got going on, brother?
Stuff I got going on. I can't say nothing much anymore, but JD6 on everything I do. I need to get out on, I guess, not Instagram. No, I'll leave Instagram alone, but at least TikTok. But I got a new video coming out. Actually, before I hopped on here, I was in the middle of editing it, so we should see that sometime tomorrow. It's about a sneaker review on the Reimagined Black 12-1s. I know there's a lot of reviews out there already. I just want to do one from my perspective, for what I noticed, from what I see. Of course, say if you watch other people's sneaker reviews, whatever, you don't know everything in the first 5 minutes. I don't care. I'm still driving it anyway. Can't stop it. But definitely more content on the Panthers now with the next year draft happening. Pro days. March is this weekend, ain't it? So yeah, we only got like a month left. A month and some change left until we hear that.
Yeah, the picks is coming in.
But I appreciate Big Red for inviting me. Definitely would try to be here for him, or as whatever show he has, whatever show that I have. I'm just glad that we both try to be more consistent this year, trying to stick to that, whether goal, New Year's resolution, whatever you want to call it. But we're sticking to it, and let's see how, looking back, how this could be like something small to something very big in the future.
Absolutely. I appreciate you coming on. Obviously, everybody, y'all look forward to seeing him more often because he will be on here. We'll also get Brandon up here, get B Squared up here. Jay, we need a link to your drop a link to your channel in the chat, please. Y'all
Same
also
thing.
check
Like I
out
said,
his. Yeah, it's Jada6. It's literally Jada6.
That's what I say. That's my
It's
slogan.
literally
J6 on everything.
Yeah, Jada6 is literally Jada6 on everything. And Osmond, I don't know. Listen, his streams is full of women. I'm just gonna point that out to all you fellas out there that may be looking. He's got plenty to go around. So check out his streams.
It's not
If
even
you
like
want
look,
somebody that's into
yeah,
gaming and streaming and all that. He got all of them watching. So just saying.
it's not even like I support all. Well, I support any and everybody, that support me, even new people that I find interesting. It just happens that women just show more love than men. That's not my fault. All right.
That's 100% his fault. Right. Listen, I've watched them on Twitch. The ladies come into the room, every one of them get a what up. The men come into the room, it's a delayed what up at some point. Oh, I didn't even see you there. Of course you did. Of course you did. So I'm just saying, check out Jada6. Let me see if I could. I wish I could get your link in here real quick. Let me see if I get it.
What's my Twitch or something?
But I'm gonna hit him with the link to your YouTube real quick, if I can here.
Okay, yeah.
I gotta get all these things freaking set so I could put them in the description. Matter of fact, that's probably what I'll do. I'll put it in the description after the show.
Okay.
I'll put the link in the description after the show so you can go over, subscribe to him, check out his channel, check out all his great content. Check out his Twitch as well. His Twitch is also Jada6. The gaming, listen, he pops up. His gaming streams are the most surprising streams you will ever see. And here's the thing that drives me crazy, right? There's no way you're gonna beat a female into his gaming stream because they're already waiting. It's like they know he's gonna stream before he knows he's gonna stream. They're in there immediately. I love it though. I absolutely love it. I love seeing my boy get the support he deserves. And I love seeing his channels grow. So go support the kid. I'm telling you, support my boy 100%. All right, this show's about to take off, and it's gonna be. He's gonna hit 1,000 subs. It's gonna be 998 women and 2 dudes. Right. So just go support him. You know what I'm saying? And there's no talking about IUDs on his channel because it's too many females in there. we don't want to yeah. As y'all know, for me, Big Reg, Big Boy Talk, right here on YouTube, and I don't stream on Twitch quite yet, so we're gonna leave that out. But eventually, I may add Twitch as an area for me to stream as well. And I was contemplating doing it for Facebook as well, but we'll see. Y'all, thank you for joining us. It's been a great night. We've been here an hour and a half, a whole hour longer than we planned. But we thank you. We had a lot of guys we had to talk about with the combine today. A good surprising amount, but it was a very good combine. I don't want to say we'll see you tomorrow because we may not, but thank you for coming through. We appreciate you. We love you. Look out for the notification just in case. Y'all, stay blessed. Peace.